Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'll say Kalayama Yahweh Shema Shema Kakudash. The modesty, and apostle, the great nostalgia, as the world teach well. Today, we're going to get into these Proverbs, the 5th chapter. I'm going to start off with the first verse. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow the ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. Right? Because, like the scriptures talk about in, I think it might be Sirach, wisdom is a pure thing, the foul thing can enter into her, and the Holy Spirit, things like that, the breath of life. Right, so, this truth, this was really all about was, staying in, loving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It is regarding discretion, like we have to be discreet, or see your discernment, mean that there's some things that you know that you're supposed to do, you do, but then we have things that we're not supposed to do, right? Because, really goes back to the garden, right? Because now we know, good and evil, basically, going back to the garden, right? Because before we were just perfect, but now we know we've gone through the sufferings of choosing evil. So now we know all the more to do good. For the lips of a strange woman drop his honeycomb, and her mouth is smooth in oil, but then is as bitter as wormwood, sure as a two-edged sword. Right? This isn't talking about an actual woman. If we go down to death, just means sin. Her steps take hold on hell or the grave. Right? Even they say the grave in NLT version. NLT version, I think, is usually pretty good when it comes to hell. I don't think they say that's actually like some mythical dimension. Job broke it down himself. I think it might have been the 3rd chapter, or it could be the 3rd or the 13th. Either one of those, I think. But he talks about the spirit world, where there, the servant is free from his master, and basically, you'll be, you're free. He's talking about the spiritual world, because no one's, going down on each other, and kicking each other's ass in the spirit world. You pretty much just rest there, and then you play out your judgment. Once you are reincarnated. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Establish upon earth the paths of life, her ways are movable that thou canst not know them. Right? NLT, for she cares about nothing but the path of life. Right, which already brought Proverbs 21:16. You still got John 6:63. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't realize it. Hear me now, therefore, ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove that way far from her, and come not near the door of her house. Don't, follow her, right? Like it says in Proverbs, the 8th chapter, we wait, at the doorpost. Let me just get that real quick, right? But we're going to do that in righteousness in the book of, Proverbs 8:34. Blessed is he that watches daily at my gates, wait at the post of my doors, right? So exactly, what means watching these news, man, going into everything, we're like, excited to see, okay, what's gonna happen next. We're always looking into news articles and always bringing things out whenever there's some new person with a new doctrine or coming out with something different, and we have to defend the gospel. We always go into that. Move that way far from her, come not nigh the door of our house, still give that honor to others, and years to the cruel. If you do lose your honor, you will lose the merciless people all you achieved. Let the stranger be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of stranger. Thou mournest the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, right? Going into Sirach, the 2nd chapter, never trust an enemy. Say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despise reproof. right? So, if you follow sin, pretty much, you're doomed, you know, uh, right? And say, how have I hate instruction, and my heart despise reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined an ear unto them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil them to the congregation assembly, drink waters of their own cistern, and running waters of their own well. Right, man, stay with this truth, let their fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters, the streets. Water also represents the truth as well. Let them be only thy own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. We'll just talk about the truth, right? Going into what we mentioned before. Revelation, that they said, what was it? They said the 144,000 are like the virgins, but it doesn't mean virgins in like that sense. It means virgins as in, undefiled bodies, philosophies. And this is an example right here of it. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of the youth. Let it be as a loving hind and pleasant roe. Let it best satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with thy love. And wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord. He pondereth all his goings. So iniquity shall take the wicked himself. He shall be holden with the cause of his sin. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. Right? And then, look at this one, Proverbs 11:2. Pride cometh, they come ashamed when the lowly is wisdom. Proverbs 13:10. Pride, and by pride cometh contention, but the well of eyes is wisdom. So, simple things as that, So that's pretty much it, the way of Shalom.